Now in Good Morning Northwest, in just more than 24 hours, Idaho will execute its first death row inmate in about a dozen years. Coming up, who has come out in his defense to stop the execution and who will not stand in its way?
We're tracking sunshine to snow, and then we're going to see that really pack up into the mountains. We're going to talk about who needs to look out for what coming up.
And it is primary day in Michigan. Why Democrats are being urged to make a protest vote against President Biden. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for being with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. It is Tuesday, February 27th. Welcome in. Let's start things off and toss things over to Mark Peterson for a first look at our forecast here. Mark, what can we expect today?
Winter hasn't really left. It's just going to come back and make a return engagement. We're going to see snow coming in about 7 o'clock tonight, but we do have a winter storm warning for the higher elevations of not only the Rockies, but the Cascades. What we can expect out of that, yeah, cold temperatures. We're sitting at 25 right now with winds to 13. Makes it feel like it's in the teens. So as you're waking up and heading out with that clear sky, it's cold. 4 things you need to know. The chilly start that we currently have, the gathering clouds later on this afternoon, the light snow that then follows that at about 7, 8 o'clock tonight. Then we're going to see snow in the early morning hours of Wednesday change to rain. So it could be a slippery or slushy commute depending on the timing. Forecast radar today is going to be sunny, really going to be nice until you step outside and the winds hit. And then tonight we're going to see again about 7, 8 o'clock this snow come in, changing over to rain in some areas as early as 5 a.m. So we're going to keep track of that. Currently we're sitting at 22 in Cheney, 27 downtown. Forecast calls for a high today of 36 degrees. Again, with that snow coming in tonight after dinner.
New from the Breaking Now desk, it's primary day in Michigan. Both Republicans and Democrats are voting to choose their candidate. President Biden and Donald Trump are expected to win, but there are concerns in the Democratic Party about a protest vote against Biden. Now, this all ties back to the war in Gaza, where the health ministry there says nearly 30,000 people have been killed. The president is expected to face backlash from some Democratic voters for his early unconditional support of Israel in its war against Hamas after the October 7th attack.
Muslim American community, our message, yes, indeed, February 27th in Michigan, we are voting uncommitted.
Now, voting uncommitted is seen as a protest vote against the president. And Biden's stance on the war has shifted. Earlier this month, the president calling Israel's response over the top. Biden continues to face protests across the country. Protesters were detained in New York City just yesterday as Biden announced he hopes to have a ceasefire in Gaza by Monday. Take a listen.
Security advisor tells me that we're close. We're close. It's not done yet.
And over on the Republican side, polls show Nikki Haley trailing former President Trump by more than 50 points. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks. Idaho's longest-serving death row inmate is scheduled to be executed tomorrow.
It'll happen at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, barring a last-minute grant of clemency. 73-year-old serial killer Thomas Eugene Creech was first convicted of murder in 1974 and has been on death row since 1983. He was convicted of killing 5 people in 3 different states. Idaho Governor Brad Little has already said he has no intention of stopping the execution. In his latest appeal, Creech claimed he has been rehabilitated. A former prison nurse, a former prosecutor, prison guards, and even the judge who sentenced Creech to death all filed declarations backing his request for clemency, but it was denied in January. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals denied his latest appeal Saturday. There is now just 1 motion left in front of the court. We will have live coverage of this case from Boise beginning tonight on 4 News Now at 5 and 6, and tomorrow morning here on Good Morning Northwest.
Well, as we first told you last week, FEMA home inspectors are working in the areas of the Gray and Oregon Road fires to help with recovery efforts. For people who have applied for help, FEMA may call you to schedule an appointment. It may be from an out-of-state, unknown, or restricted phone number. And to make sure you're not being scammed, a FEMA investigator will always carry an official photo ID. They'll already have your 9-digit registration number, and they'll never ask you for money.
Around the Northwest this morning, an independent panel is recommending significant changes at Boeing that center around safety concerns. The panel, made up of members from the FAA, lawmakers, airlines, and labor unions, came together following Boeing's deadly 737 MAX crashes in 2018 and 2019. In their 4,000-page report, it says employees did not understand their role in safety and feared retaliation for raising safety-related concerns. Boeing released a statement saying the company has taken important steps to foster a safety culture.
Well, if earlier sunrises are inspiring you to get out and do some yard cleanup, the city of Spokane has you covered. This week, the city is resuming curbside yard waste pickup. That green bin you've had stored away all winter long can now be filled with compostable waste again, as long as the lid can close completely.
Some of us still have some things left over from last fall, so get those carts out on the curb by 6 a.m. and we'll come by the same day your garbage and gets picked up and get that picked up for you.
Now, the service runs between March and November. If you don't already have a yard waste bin, you can call 311 and add the service for a little more than $20 a month. Your Good Morning Northwest time, 6:05.
Let's check in again with Mark and look at what is coming our way.
All right, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Now, today's Tuesday, so this is some of the snow totals we could be seeing with up to a foot of snow into the Cascades or more. We're going to see 8 inches or so into the northern Rockies around Sandpoint. For right now, we have blue sky and breezy conditions. Oh, it's cold out there. Grab a jacket. We're going to have grab a cup of coffee first. We have your forecast coming up.
One Spokane woman has made an entire business about sharing her budgeting strategies. We're sharing her story coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
A cyber attack on a major health insurer caused big disruptions for people trying to get their medications. Just ahead, what we know about the attack and who's most impacted. Next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Sorry, body, for knowing about actives, but giving 100% of them to my face. But fear no more, body. Get active serums with hyaluronic acid that quench, vitamin C that brightens, and pro-ceramides that even everywhere. New Dove Serum Body Washes. Get Dove or get FOMO.
Shake up your shower with a flavor for every feeling. This Dove freshens you up. This Dove winds you down. This Dove leaves you glowing. And this Dove keeps you going. So whatever care you care about, there's a Dove for everybody.
I was 34. I was a business owner. I was a single mom with a 4-year-old. And I felt a lump in the shower. I have cancer. It doesn't have me. I'm going to get rid of it. And then I'm going to go on with my life. I was going to do anything that it took. I did, and here I am, almost 10 years later. I had a little boy. He needs his mom.
Spring is in the air and creativity is blooming everywhere at Custer's 47th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Join us as 250 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission, only $8. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com. Custer's Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
When is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
Hi.
4 News Now is brought to you by Floor & Home by Carpet One.
It is 9 minutes after 6. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Former President Trump has paid nearly $400,000 in legal fees to the New York Times as a result of his failed lawsuit.
Trump was ordered by a judge to pay $392,000 in January when his case against the news outlet for disclosing his tax information in a 2018 article was dismissed. The judge ruled that the Times and its journalist's decision to disclose his tax information was protected by the New York Constitution. There have been recent amendments made to New York's laws to allow the courts to quickly dismiss certain lawsuits that target journalists' First Amendment speech.
The first U.S. moon mission in 52 years is coming to an early end. The Odysseus spacecraft, nicknamed Odie, touched down on the lunar surface last Thursday, but flight controllers now expect to lose contact with the moon lander in just a few hours. Intuitive Machines has shared some grainy images after the craft's rough landing limited its ability to collect and send data.
A cyber attack last week on a major health insurance company is keeping thousands of people from their prescriptions. The attack crippled Change Healthcare's digital network, which is a part of United Healthcare. Pharmacies use Change's network to verify insurance coverage. Smaller pharmacies are the most affected by this attack. Large pharmacy chains like Walgreens and CVS are reporting only limited delays.
Americans are spending more at the grocery store now than at any point over the past 30 years. That is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Food prices remain much higher than before the pandemic, and fresh vegetables are starting to come at a premium. The most notable price increase in produce sales, or rather aisles, last month was for tomatoes, which cost 4.6% more than they did in January.
Here's your 10-second takeaway on this Tuesday morning. Cooler, breezy. Certainly we've got that sunshine to start, so grab the shades. You're going to need that coat all day long because of the winds. Our high today, just 36 degrees.
Huzzah! Hip, hip, huzzah! In Spokane Valley, people gathered to audition for roles as 16th century characters. The Spokane Renaissance Fair held a casting call for fairies and fae, townfolk and nobility, welcoming anyone to audition, even without any experience. Now, even though these positions are not paid, many come to get in the Renaissance spirit.
We are more about having fun and being together as a family and spreading our enjoyment throughout anyone we can. And we really want to just bring the emotion and sensation of what it was like to be back during that time.
Now, the fair is planned for the first weekend of October. If you missed the audition, check out KXLY.com for more information about how you can get involved. Huzzah.
Indeed, what you said.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:12.
We are deep into basketball season, but football still on the minds of lots of people. That includes the future for WSU. Coming up a little later, we get some answers from Coug head coach Jake Dickert, who stopped by the 4 News Now studio.
And it is a money makeover week. Coming up next, Allison Martinez visits with an expert sharing her tools to help you pick a budget and stick to it.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Fence Company.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I got a call swap.
You forgot your check.
We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
It only happens once every 4 years. So this week, Walker's Furniture is celebrating Leap Year with the biggest discounts of the year, where you can get unbeatable savings. Every bedroom set, dining room set, and comfortable sofas or sectionals, where you can take advantage of no-interest financing until next Leap Year with no money down. But you better hurry to save this big.
Because savings like these only happen every 4 years at Walker's.
I'm worried about the draft. We got some bad zone control, and I'm concerned we're not bringing the heat. Look at this, crossover's off. We've got a weak dribble. We need a solid block, just not enough pressure. What do you think?
I think I'm doing just fine.
What?
Bill's Heating and AC is offering financing as low as 0% for 5 years. Call today.
For all your heating and cooling needs, leave it to the real professionals at Bill's.
Kylie and I are excited to show you the rugged good looks and adventurous spirit of this all-new Subaru Outback.
It has a roomy interior and almost 9 inches of ground clearance that make on- or off-road driving fun.
Plus, Subaru's legendary safety features like symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology.
Visit ParkerSubaru.com or drop by the dealership to learn about our great selection of vehicles built for adventure, comfort, and safety.
See the Subaru Outback and receive your no-problem customer service at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
It's the big kickoff event this month at Northwest Fence, where every year we launch the fencing season with great bargains on fence and automated gate packages. So give us a call to schedule your new chain link, vinyl, or ornamental iron fence. Or maybe you're a do-it-yourselfer looking for materials. Save a little of the cost by shopping early and beating the summer rush during the spring launch at Northwest Fence. Nobody builds them better.
It is now 6:15. As a single mom, Kamiko Love paid off nearly $80,000 of debt in less than a year. Now she's made a successful career of helping others do the same.
Love is known as the budget mom to her millions of social media followers. And 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live this morning sharing her story. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning to you both. Right now we're in the Budget Mom Warehouse. This is a brand new space where Kamiko here ships all of her products to moms and just people all around the world. Thanks so much for being with us. We're so excited to hear your story. Now, there was a point in your life where you decided to really get serious about transforming your finances. What was that kind of tipping point for you?
It's when I financed an ice cream cone at McDonald's for my son for $1.09. It's when I handed them my credit card because I didn't know what I had in my checking account. That uncertainty and that type of anxiety and that unknown is what pushed me to change.
Yeah, amazing. And that kind of goes into something that you are so passionate about, which is finding your why, finding a bigger reason to really give you that push. How did you find your why and how has it helped you?
So my why is really, when you find your why, you'll realize it's bigger than yourself. And for me, it has to do with quality of life and how I want to live that life with my children. That's my why. And really what it has done for me is it has pushed me to never give up. Because you realize when you give up, you're giving up on your why, and that is not an option.
Yeah, amazing. Such a cool message to really find something bigger than yourself, bigger than surface level wants and needs, and really use that to take you all the way and meet your goals. Well, thank you so much. We're so excited to share some of your tips and tricks coming up. We'll show you all of Kamiko's products. But back to you guys in studio.
Yeah, her story is so inspirational. It has been on national news. It's been all over the place. Yeah. She's special.
Just a rock star there. Well, here's a live look over Spokane this morning. You can see the sun starting to come up a little bit. Sky's getting a little brighter out there.
The hint.
Chilly start to the morning.
It really is. We've got cold air this morning, and we're going to have sunshine, but then sun to snow. It's going to be, well, Pacific Northwest weather. Let's take a look at the next big thing coming in. It is the snow coming in this evening. It is the snow levels tonight start to rise. As that happens, our snow turns to rain. So we are going to see, again, a wet commute. Could be slushy or could be slippery, depending on where you are. Expect all of it. And then we're going to see a huge difference from the western mountains to what's going on between here and Montana. 36 will be our high today. An afternoon flurry not out of the question, maybe a little grapple, but overnight light snow is expected. That's going to start about 7, 8 o'clock tonight. 31 for the overnight low, so right on the cusp, breezy conditions. We've got the winds and gusts to 22 into the Palouse. The Palouse is just going to get a little bit of everything when it comes to the next 48 hours, but heavier snows than we'll see. So we look at this coming into, again, Pullman, Moscow. We see that changing over to rain for them. For us, that could happen in the early morning hours. This particular model says, yeah, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, that light snow should be rain snow mixed, and then it'll be rain in the morning with snow into the mountains, heavy along I-90 as you cross over Lookout Pass, also Snoqualmie Pass, and some of the Cascades are going to see 2 to 3 feet of snow. We're expecting a foot of snow into the Rockies around Idaho and then crossing over to Montana. We're expecting more widespread snow. So we look at the amounts that we're going to see. For the lower elevations, it's not going to be crazy for us. We're going to get less than an inch, but we see more into the mountains just to the east of us. And then the crests of the Cascades are going to get hammered. We're going to see the crests of the Rockies pick up quite a bit, but we could see 8 inches at Lookout Pass. 36 will be our high today, 39 into Ritzville, 39 into Omak. Now we'll cool to 36 today for us, but then cooling to 31 overnight. Winds, snow to rain, and 45 Wednesday. Look at the overnight low between Wednesday and Thursday. So we keep it as rain in the valley at 38, warming to 43 for the Leap Day, the 29th day of February. And then we cool, but we also dry out by Sunday and Monday. So we're going to have winter travel into the mountains. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So plan accordingly for the next several days.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the morning commute could be a little tricky. We will make sure you're tuned in tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Right. Mark, thanks. It's now 6:20 on the nose.
It may not even be March yet, but it's never too early to discuss some college football. Just ask WSU head coach Jake Dickert. Our Julie Minnesota had the chance to talk with the Cougs coach in a 4 News Now exclusive, and we'll have part of that interview coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Tires do more than keep your vehicle moving forward.
At Perfection Tire, we maximize your safety, fuel efficiency, and driving comfort with the right tires for you.
Quality Cooper tires, knowledgeable people. Nobody beats perfection.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Feeling Claritin Clear is like...
Is she?
Playing with the confidence of a pro and getting all up in that grass as if she doesn't have allergies. Yeah.
Nice.
He was a university high school freshman who needed extra attention, but the person hired to help him violated him instead. Where is that paraeducator now? How much did the school have to pay? And why wasn't this case enough to stop it from happening again? Watch Thursday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
7 years ago is a pretty great way to start a speech. But if it's also the age of your furniture, it might be time for a home refresh during the extended President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and check out special purchases while they last. Plus 6 years, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. But hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Frozen water pipes are a serious risk during cold winter weather. When water freezes in a pipe, it can be a disaster for your home and your wallet. If you're not properly prepared, don't wait until it's too late. At Mainstream, we know exactly what it takes to keep your family safe during the cold season. So call or visit us online today.
Hi, I'm Robert Sacre. You may know me from my basketball career. But what you don't know is I'm a father of 4, and life can get pretty chaotic. So that's why I'm getting a vasectomy at North Idaho Urology, so I can finally sit back and enjoy the madness.
Vasectomy season is back. Scheduled today in North Idaho Urology.
Perfection Tire uses the latest innovative automotive equipment and technology.
Plus, get the specialized touch of our certified techs who provide knowledgeable, caring service.
Cutting edge tech, down to earth people. Nobody beats perfection.
Well, Jake, thanks for taking the time. We could talk about your players all day long, but I think the #1 position group that everyone always wants to talk about is quarterback. You guys are going to have a new starting one next season. Now, I know you've stressed competition, but John Mateer seems to be the guy that has the most experience under his belt, outside of the great flow that he's got. Top 5 hair on the team, probably, right?
Yeah, caught a pass last year. I don't know if that's the criteria for quarterback or not, but it's going to be a great competition. You know, I think John, you know, when we were out there looking in the portal, one thing we were unwilling to do was just say, hey, we're going to bring somebody in just to be the starter. We got a guy that we've developed not only as a leader, but as a football player. His confidence is growing each and every day, and I think he's going to be really efficient running our offense. You know, now, just like any other position that we have, Zevi Eckhouse has come in, Evans Chuba, Jackson Potter. Obviously, when you get the quarterback position right, we all know there's going to create success for your football team. So this announcement will go all the way up probably to about game week of Portland State, and just excited to see these guys compete their tail off each and every practice.
Now, continuity is another important thing, and with the NCAA's NIL rules at least being suspended for now, how does that impact Washington State when it comes to preventing other programs from trying to lure those guys away?
Well, I think the biggest thing I told our coaches coming back from the Christmas break is we retained 97% of our roster, and that's something that you can't take lightly. But a lot of people want to give me the credit. We got a bunch of players that want to be around each other, and they formulated such a connection. They don't want to let each other down, and they want to be around our coaches. We got a bunch of good mentors and men that want to lead them and create value for those guys as football players. So rules are changing each and every day. It's hard to keep up with it. All we can do is, as Cougs and as a football program, is continually to put our best foot forward and maintain our roster here, because we're going to be a developmental program. We got to be able to find that 2-star that we feel has great size attributes and develop those guys. But then when it's time to keep them, we got to be able to reward those guys.
And WSU, the standard is a bowl game, postseason opportunities. Yeah. How do you get this program back to one after missing out this past season?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you got to stay true to the process. And the biggest thing is, as things have changed around us, all we can do is worry about ourselves. Our motto is always us, never them. So no matter what happens, it's just the things that we do and that we control. And when you stack a bunch of 1-0s, that's how you give yourselves opportunity to go to bowl games. So it's one game at a time. Bowl game is what you do at the end. As we go throughout the process of the season, we're excited about our schedule. We're excited about how that came about in a short period of time. But at the end of the day, it's about what we're willing to do and sacrifice to be successful every Saturday.
I'm sure a lot of people are excited for the football season. Got a little while till then, but fun preparation. Your Good Morning Northwest time, 6:25.
By now, you should have received your presidential primary ballot in the mail, but some people are questioning the safety of those ballots because of visible information on the envelope. The answers we found out next.
Plus, there's renewed hope for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. This comes after a U.S. airman sets himself on fire in an act of protest. Sydney Charles is breaking down the latest details next. And before we go to break, here's a first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, fast food surge pricing?
2 Dave singles.
How much would it cost? Wendy's announcing plans to fluctuate their prices based on demand, meaning you could be paying as much as $1 more for that Baconator during the lunch rush.
Historically, companies just set one price that was constant across time. Pricing algorithms allow companies to change prices throughout the day.
It's a pricing model akin to the one used by rideshare companies, and consumers are giving it a frosty reception online.
In general, customers don't like to be surprised about prices.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on what this new surge pricing could mean for the rest of the fast food industry. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
RSV can severely affect the lungs and lower airways.
But I'm protected with Arexvy.
Arexvy is a vaccine used to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious for those over 60, including those with asthma, diabetes, COPD, and certain other conditions.
But I'm protected.
Arexvy is proven to be over 82% effective in preventing lower respiratory disease from RSV and over 94% effective in those with these health conditions. Arexvy does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients. Those with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects are injection site pain, fatigue, muscle pain, headache, and joint pain.
I chose Arexvy.
RSV? Make it Arexvy.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Save your greed! Mom's gonna love this.
All right, kids, come on. It's time for bed.
Good morning, Mr. Snuggles.
Make breakfast special with the cocoa and hazelnutty goodness of Nutella.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. 38 specials, timeless blast of Southern rock hits. Live Thursday, April 18th. Damn straight. Don't miss Scotty McCreery, one of country music's biggest stars, live Thursday, May 2nd. It's No Holds Barred Entertainment at King of the Cage, featuring upcoming MMA stars on Thursday, June 13th. Visit CDAcasino.com to buy your tickets now and check out the full Core Stars lineup.
Winning is just the beginning. This year, make your home more energy efficient and beautiful with McVey Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Did you know McVey Brothers sells the popular Coeur d'Alene windows? And last year, the 6000 Window and Door Series won the prestigious Energy Star Efficiency Award. Well, right now, when you purchase a 6000 Series window, we'll match your energy rebate up to $10 per square foot. Plus, give you $500 off any roof you add to the job. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap.
We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker starts with a story that may give you the heebie-jeebies. Buenos Aires, Argentina is covered in mosquitoes. Social media video posted the past few days shows swarms of flood mosquitoes known for their association with heavy rains. The phenomenon usually occurs every 2 or 3 years. Even though the swarms are relatively common, the World Health Organization says they can carry a virus which could lead to severe forms of aseptic meningitis and encephalitis.
Fewer babies are being born in Japan. The country reported record low birth rates for the 8th consecutive year for 2023. Government data showed a 5.1% decline from the previous year. The data reflects a deepening demographic challenge facing Japan, which has one of the lowest birth rates in the world and one of the highest life expectancies. Thanks so much for starting your Tuesday with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, February 27th. Hey, by the way, since I've got your attention, it's Natalie's birthday today. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let us hope that Mark can bring us, well, I guess you're going to have an interesting birthday weather-wise.
I think so. I think Mother Nature will help blow the candles out. How about that? Right now we do have, again, a 92% full moon, which is in full view because it's a mostly clear sky and it's a chilly start. We're sitting at 25 degrees, but the winds are to 13. We're going to talk about wind chill in just a couple of seconds. So let's get through the 4 things you need to know. The chilly start that we have. The gathering clouds later on this afternoon. Light snow tonight, about an inch expected. And then we're going to see that snow change to rain Wednesday morning. The timing on that is going to be interesting. Satellite and radar, really, it's picking up the colder air into the higher elevations. We're relatively dry. We've had a few skips, but we're going to see, again, fairly dry conditions throughout the day today. It'll change. We're sitting at 27 into the valley, 21 Cheney, 24. Now throw the winds in there and we see those wind chills feeling like 18, feeling like 13, feeling like 12. So make sure the kids and yourself are ready if you're going to be outdoors for any length of time because that wind is going to be with us all day long. 36 will be our high today, increasing clouds, and then we'll see 7, 8 o'clock that chance of light. So starting, we're expecting an inch or less here, but we are going to see it change to rain. We'll have more on your full forecast coming up.
New details from the Breaking Now desk. President Biden says there is now hope for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas within days by next Monday. And it comes as we're learning more about what led up to an act of protest outside the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. A U.S. airman set himself on fire over the number of people killed in Gaza.
This call, we just got a man on fire.
That man, identified as 25-year-old Aaron Bushnell from Texas. He live-streamed himself Sunday on the social media platform Twitch outside the gates of the Israeli embassy. In the video posted online, Bushnell says, quote, "I will no longer be complicit in genocide. I'm about to engage in an extreme act of protest." Moments later, Bushnell puts his phone down, pours a liquid over his head, and lights himself on fire, screaming, "Free Palestine." He falls to the ground engulfed in flames. First responders there used fire extinguishers to douse the flames, but it was too late. Monday, the Metropolitan Police Department announced that Bushnell died from his injuries. Bushnell was a cyber defense specialist at a San Antonio Air Force base. The U.S. Air Force says he had served on active duty since 2020. Demonstrators held a vigil for Bushnell outside the Israeli embassy last night, and D.C. police, Secret Service, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives are now investigating. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
The countdown to the November presidential election is on, and in the wake of the 2020 election, many people have concerns over election security.
A viewer reached out to us asking why Washington voters are required to check which party they prefer on the outside of the envelope for the primary election in March. The elections office has also been receiving calls and emails about this, but says that's just how Washington counts the presidential primary. This primary is mainly for the political parties themselves. In this election, voters must select either Democrat or Republican. When ballots come in, election workers check that oath and then sort it in either Republican piles or a Democrat pile. Anyone who doesn't mark a party won't have their ballot counted.
We do not know who the voter is. All we know is they either went into a Democratic pile, a Republican pile, or a no selection pile. And once we open those envelopes, your name and your ballot are no longer associated with each other.
The presidential primary will take place on March 12th. We'll be sure to keep you informed throughout this election year. Make sure you're prepared to vote come November, both on air and online at KXLY.com.
Former Washington State Senator and current Spokane County Treasurer Michael Baumgartner has announced his campaign for Congress. Baumgartner wants to fill the seat being vacated by Kathy McMorris Rogers. He joins a field that already includes Spokane City Councilman Jonathan Bingle and State Representative Jacqueline Maycomber, along with other Republicans. Now, several Democrats have also joined the race. The last Democrat to hold the 5th district seat was Tom Foley, who became Speaker of the House before losing his seat in 1994. Now, here's why Baumgartner says he is choosing to run.
I'm running for Congress because I believe, and what I feel, is that the American dream is dying. And I feel we need to protect the American dream.
Baumgartner served as a state senator from 2011 to 2018. His term as Spokane County Treasurer isn't up until the 2026 election.
A man who used to live in Grant County is being accused of impersonating a military veteran to collect hundreds of thousands of dollars from the Department of Veteran Affairs. Now, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Raymond Kenneth Musgrove is accused of impersonating a veteran since 1997 and fraudulently receiving more than $825,000. Musgrove is accused of impersonating a man identified as JMC. Although JMC passed away in 2018, the U.S. Attorney's Office says Musgrove continued to use the veteran's identity to collect VA payments. Musgrove faces 20 years in prison.
The Spokane community rallied to help a man whose nonprofit took a hit from thieves when all he's trying to do is spread the good. Larry Behringer is the co-founder of Neighbors Feeding Neighbors, a Spokane Valley nonprofit. He put out a call for help last Thursday. His trailer, which was used for transporting food and supplies to those in need, was stolen. In less than 24 hours, the community stepped up and answered his call.
It's a good feeling to know somebody else is watching your back and got your hand when you need some help. Because without a community, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We all got to help each other.
More than 70 donors raised nearly $3,000 for the new trailer. We joined them at Second Harvest for the trailer's first use and haul of food. Behringer says he feels like a kid who just got a new toy and wants to thank those who donated after seeing his story on 4 News Now last week.
Such a great community to help step up and support them for sure. Your Good Morning Northwest time, 6:37.
Let's check in with Mark again. We are talking about some winter weather alerts.
Yeah, we have advisories. We have winter storm warnings for the higher elevations of the Cascades and for the Rockies. Snoqualmie Pass was closed last night. It's open. Chains required for everyone except all-wheel drive vehicles. Getting to Seattle is going to be tough. Getting to Montana easier today, but not tomorrow. We're going to talk about that snow coming in, but right now you got a clear, cold morning with breezy conditions. Full forecast coming up.
An emotional testimony in the ongoing Rust movie shooting trial reveals safety standards were not up to par on set. We're breaking down the latest details right after this break.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
This is Ford Truck Month with amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% for $72 on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
We have a garage door that doesn't lift.
So I went on Angie. It took me just a handful of minutes.
So vendors who were knowledgeable, they did higher quality work.
They wanted us to be happy with the work done as well. It is a beautiful garage, I have to say.
Get started today at Angie.com.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen, girl.
Try dietary supplements from Voltaren for healthy joints.
YWCA's 42nd Women of Achievement Luncheon is March 15th at the Convention Center. We will be celebrating 8 amazing women of achievement and the WISE 121 years of service in Spokane. Visit ywcaspokane.org for tickets.
Spring is in the air and creativity is blooming everywhere at Custer's 47th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Join us as 250 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission, only $8. Tickets on sale now at CusterShows.com. Custer's Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we do one thing, and we do it well. We're plumbers. In fact, we're the largest plumbing company in the region, and we're proud to say we've been voted the best plumbing company since 2009. We give you upfront pricing, so you know exactly what you'll pay before we start, and we do everything from drain cleaning to trenchless sewer repair. So if you want your plumbing done right the first time, call a plumber, and call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing. We're on our way.
Another great project in the books. The 4 News Now Extreme team, along with Horizon Credit Union, the volunteers, have transformed Women Helping Women's Fund's new office spaces. We couldn't thank them enough. So many volunteers, again, a lot of them, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
This is Ford Truck Month with amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% for $72 on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
Welcome back. It is now 6:40. Emotional testimony at the manslaughter trial of Hannah Gutierrez-Reed.
She was in charge of weapons for Alec Baldwin's movie Rust on the day of that fatal shooting.
I think the first person I made eye contact with was Helena, who was clearly injured.
Ross Adiego was a crew member on the Rust movie set. On the stand yesterday, he described the moment cinematographer Helena Hutchins was shot by a bullet mistakenly placed in a gun held by Alec Baldwin. Adiego testified that safety standards on the set were not up to par and singled out Gutierrez-Reed for a lack of professionalism.
She wasn't necessarily as serious or professional as I'm accustomed to with the other armorers that I've worked with. I don't know that I've ever seen an armor pull loose ammo out of a fanny pack.
He also claimed that Alec Baldwin was pressuring the crew to speed up production.
New numbers show people are turning to smoke-free alternatives to get their nicotine fix faster than expected. According to the maker of Marlboro, cigarettes' share of the U.S. nicotine industry fell to 60% last year. That's down from 80% 5 years ago. Instead of cigarettes, people are getting their fix with nicotine pouches and vapes.
6:42, your 10-second takeaway. It's cooler and breezy today. That's the start. We'll have sunshine, so you'll need shades, but the coats will be needed because of the breezy conditions and a high of just 36.
It is now 6:42.
It's all about the money this week in our Money Makeover series. And today, Allison Martinez is talking smart planning and budgeting.
That's right. Today we're breaking down tips and tools to help you meet your budgeting goals coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
At first, I used Better Than Bouillon for broth, and then stir fries, sauces, even marinades. And with all the varieties, organic, reduced sodium, and now the culinary collection, it's like the deliciousness never ends. Make everything better with Better Than Bouillon.
See your favorite Paw Patrol characters live on stage in the all-new Paw Patrol Live Heroes Unite. You and your kids will love this interactive adventure.
Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts this weekend only. Get tickets now at PawPatrolLive.com.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. 38 specials, timeless blast of Southern rock hits. Live Thursday, April 18th.
Damn straight.
Don't miss Scotty McCreery, one of country music's biggest stars. Live Thursday, May 2nd. It's No Holds Barred entertainment at King of the Cage, featuring upcoming MMA stars on Thursday, June 13th. Visit CDAcasino.com to buy your tickets now and check out the full Core Stars lineup.
Winning is just the beginning.
Fred's Appliance is your go-to destination for cutting-edge home appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with the all-new Bosch dishwasher line. In stock and on sale. Say goodbye to dirty dishes and hello to crystal clear results. With sleek design and advanced technology, Fred's Appliance and Bosch make a perfect pair for your kitchen. Visit us today and experience the future of dishwashing. Fred's Appliance, transforming the heart of your home.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
Hey, lady, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
Hi.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
Welcome back. The time is now 6:45. Big life changes like a divorce or an illness can take a huge toll on your finances.
A Spokane woman has made a career out of sharing strategies to help you take back control. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live at Kamiko Love, or the Budget Moms Warehouse, to share some of her best advice and ways that, gosh, she's helping us.
Yep, that's right, Robin, Natalie. Good morning. I'm here with Kamiko this morning at the Budget Mom Warehouse. Now, you've created a massive community online of people who are so engaged as you share all types of budgeting tips and tricks. If you could recommend one piece of advice to our audience, what would you recommend?
I think my number one tip is really realizing that this is realistic budgeting. It's what I teach and preach, and really starting in a place of reality. So it's not about what we want to spend, right? We'll eventually get there. It's about what we are currently spending. And I think once we start off in that place of knowledge, then we know exactly what mountain we need to climb.
Yeah, absolutely. So that means taking a long, hard look at your spending.
It means tracking your spending, yes. One of the things that I definitely recommend.
Yeah, definitely. And you have so many different tips and tools that can really help you break down exactly what your goals are. You have your cash envelopes. This is one of my personal favorites. Can you share these with us?
Yeah, so the cash envelope method is really just learning about immediate consequence when you're spending your money. So it's about having physical limitations on your spending categories at any point in the day. So this just lets you know, like I use it for only my variable spending, but it just lets you know immediately, okay, if I spend this now, what am I giving up later for my spending?
Yeah, amazing. Well, we have a link to these products, and also you have all kinds of templates available for free on your website and through your store. So we'll get all of those to you on our website, KXLY.com. Well, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Back to you guys in studio.
Yeah, budgeting can be daunting, but sometimes those tips, they can really help.
Definitely. Hopefully that will help you as well. Hey, here's a live look this morning. Sun is up.
And we have a lot of sky. I mean, things are looking pretty good out there, but it's going to be a crisp good throughout the day. Hey, I've got a little update now on our Extreme Team Women Helping Women Fund executive offices. This is a picture of what happened last night, which was their very first board meeting. The timing of the project and the board meeting, how could those come together? Oh, we had them on a calendar. But anyway, they're coming up with their new grant cycle. They were able to use it, and for many of the board members, it was the first time they got to see it. So I went over there, answered questions, and they thanked me. I said, please thank all the people who answered my phone call and showed up to help, because they're the real winners here, and so are all the nonprofits getting money from them. All right, winner alerts. We are going to see the mountains be the winners on amounts here when it comes to the totals. Heavy snows into the Cascades, heavy but not as heavy into the Rockies, and we're going to see that winter weather advisory for us kick in at 7 p.m. tonight and go through 10 a.m. for Wednesday morning. It's going to be short-lived. 36 our high today. An afternoon flurry not out of the question, but light snow overnight, certainly with gusty winds. We're going to see that change over, though, as we see that snow level from today climb up Wednesday to 4,600 feet. Well, we're sitting around 1,800 to 2,000 feet, so therefore we're going to see the rain. We look at this as it happens for our forecast radar. This is showing that rain moving in at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So any snow and rain mix could be slippery roads. Certainly into the higher elevations, we're going to hold on to that snow, but that snow level does climb up for us. We're going to see the crest of the Cascades get a ton, and we see it just constantly coming in with scattered showers all the way Friday. Saturday, a little light snow, and then Sunday should be drier. We're expecting to see inches of snow into the Rockies. We're expecting to see an inch or less. 36 will be our high today, 43 down into areas of the LC Valley. 45 for us tomorrow, 43 Thursday, and Friday 40. So we're going to cool, but we're going to see rain showers starting Wednesday, tomorrow, again in the morning, and that'll take us all the way through Friday with a little rain snow mix possible there.
All right. Busy week ahead for sure.
It's gonna be a little crazy. Certainly driving in the mountains, use caution.
For sure. All right. Thanks, Mark. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is just about 6:50. Your morning sprints coming up next.
Yeah, thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV. Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
It's time to beat the summer rush for your new fence installation or automation installation. Plus, save 15% on all retail stock materials during the Northwest Fence Early Spring Sale. Nobody builds them better.
There's some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya helps you choose the right amounts without over or under investing across all your benefits and savings options, so you can feel confident in your financial choices.
They really know how to put 2 and 2 together. Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
For a limited time, Pape Machinery is blowing out select model year 2023 inventory at dealer cost. Pick up a brand new John Deere compact tractor for a fraction of the original price. Stop by Pape Machinery Ag and Turf today to get started.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen, girl.
Try dietary supplements from Voltaren for healthy joints.
It's time to beat the summer rush for your new fence installation or automation installation. Plus, save 15% on all retail stock materials during the Northwest Fence Early Spring Sale. Nobody builds them better.
Frizz, dryness, breakage. New Dove 10-in-1 Serum Hair Mask with Peptide Complex fortifies hair bonds at a molecular level. Helps reverse 10 signs of damage in 1 minute. Keep living. We'll keep repairing.
What if you could go from this to this with just one step? TRESemmé Silk Serum. Time for the ultimate humidity test. Weightlessly smooth hair. Your turn. New TRESemmé Keratin Smooth Collection.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday with the Morning Sprint.
Allison Martinez is live sharing tools from an expert to help you pick a budget and stick to it.
It is primary day in Michigan. Sydney Charles has details on why voters are expected to protest against President Biden.
But first, we'll have a winter weather advisory in place tonight. Let's get right over to Mark's forecast.
All right, good morning, everybody. So the snow we're seeing into the higher elevations is going to come down into our neck of the woods. Stevens Pass is packed with snow. Snoqualmie Pass is chains only unless you have all-wheel drive. 4th of July Pass looks great, but Lookout Pass is snow-packed and icy as you're heading into Montana. We're going to see a continuation of that snow inbound for us about 7, 8 o'clock tonight. But this morning, the wind chill, it's cold out there. Make sure you're dressed appropriately. Our high today is just going to be 36 degrees.
Idaho's longest-serving death row inmate is scheduled to be executed tomorrow. It'll happen at 9 in the morning, barring a last-minute grant of clemency. 73-year-old serial killer Thomas Eugene Creech was first convicted of murder in 1974 and has been on death row since 1983. He was convicted of killing 5 people in 3 different states. In his latest appeal, Creech claimed he has been rehabilitated. A former prison nurse, former prosecutor, prison guards, and even the judge who sentenced Creech to death all filed declarations backing his request for clemency, but it was denied in January. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals denied his latest appeal on Saturday. We will have live coverage of this case from Boise beginning tonight on 4 News Now at 5 and 6, and tomorrow morning on Good Morning Northwest.
As we first told you last week, FEMA home inspectors are working in the areas of the Gray and Oregon Road fires to help with recovery efforts. For people who have applied for help, FEMA may call you to schedule an appointment, and it may be from an out-of-state, unknown, or restricted phone number. To make sure you're not being scammed, a FEMA investigator will always carry an official photo ID. They'll already have your 9-digit registration number, and they'll never ask you for money.
Republicans and Democrats in Michigan are voting to choose their candidate today. President Biden and Donald Trump are expected to win, but there are concerns in the Democratic Party about a protest vote against Biden. Now, this all ties back to the war in Gaza, where the health ministry there says nearly 30,000 people have been killed. The president is expected to face backlash from some Democratic voters for his early unconditional support of Israel in its war against Hamas. Protesters have said they're voting uncommitted, which is seen as an act of protest against the president.
The November presidential election is on, and many people have concerns over election security. A viewer reached out to ask us why Washington voters are required to check which party they prefer on the outside envelope for the primary election in March. The elections office tells us that is just how Washington counts the presidential primary. This primary is mainly for the political parties themselves. In this election, voters must select either Democrat or Republican. Anyone who does not mark a party won't have their ballot counted. We will be sure to keep you informed to make sure you are prepared to vote. Check it out both on air and online on KXLY.com.
Former Washington State Senator and current Spokane County Treasurer Michael Baumgartner has announced his campaign for Congress. Baumgartner wants to fill the seat vacated by Kathy McMorris Rogers. He joins a field that already includes Spokane City Councilman Jonathan Bingle and State Representative Jacqueline Maycomber, along with other Republicans. Several Democrats have also joined the race. The last Democrat to hold the 5th district seat was Tom Foley, who became Speaker of the House before losing his seat in 1994.
This morning, I was live with Kamiko Love, also known as the Budget Mom. Now, Kamiko has created a huge online following of people who are dedicated to taking control of their finances. She's created a ton of products to help you do just that. Tune in to Good Morning Northwest all week long for the Money Makeover as we share tips from local experts to help you take control of your finances.
The Spokane community rallied to help a man whose nonprofit took a hit from thieves. Larry Behringer is the co-founder of Neighbors Feeding Neighbors, a Spokane Valley nonprofit. He put out a call for help last Thursday, and his trailer, which was used for transporting food and supplies to those in need, was stolen. And in less than 24 hours, the community sure stepped up and answered that call. More than 70 donors raised nearly $3,000 for that new trailer.
Well, this week, the city of Spokane is resuming curbside yard waste pickup. That green bin you've had stored away all winter can now be filled with compostable waste again, as long as the lid can completely close. The service runs between March and November. If you don't already have a yard waste bin, you can call 311 and add the service for a little more than $20 a month. We'll have a final check of weather with Mark coming up right after this break.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean,
whoa.
This is Ford Truck Month with
amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Make way for the event that only comes around once a year, featuring the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Super Duty, the North American Truck of the Year. Get ready and get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% APR for 72 months on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
Feeling Claritin Clear is like...
Is she?
Playing with the confidence of a pro and getting all up in that grass as if she doesn't have allergies. Yeah.
Nice.
Good morning, everybody. Some sun, a little bit of cloud cover. Got quite a bit of blue sky out there. It is going to be a chilly start as temperatures are in the mid-20s, but we have breezy conditions. Feels like it's in the teens. Forecast snow tonight starting 7, 8 o'clock. We're going to see less in Spokane than we do in other areas, certainly in the higher elevations of the mountains. But we're going to see anywhere from 2 to 10 inches of snow into the Rockies. For us, it's going to be an inch of snow changing over to rain tomorrow morning. That could happen as early as 6 o'clock, maybe 5 a.m. But we're going to be in the mid-40s, and we're going to continue to be warm through Thursday.
Thanks so much for starting your Tuesday with us.
Yeah, stick around. Good Morning America starts right after this, and we'll be back throughout the morning.